So let's begin by settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position, serviceable for meditation. So I think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap, right over left, with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. Try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. We also try to let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position, just allowing the body to fall into place. And begin to let go of attending to the outside world, allowing sights and sounds to be as they are. No need to investigate, constraining our awareness just to the body and mind. Concentrating that awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation that accompanies the in-breath and the out-breath in the space around the opening of the nostrils. Giving ourselves the instruction to notice quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind. And then without judgment or frustration to lift our awareness up from those distractions and to place it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And when the mind feels more calm, we'll generate a broad and altruistic motivation for our time. So begin to cultivate the view of oneself as being the recipient of kindness that is flowing toward you from all other sentient beings. This vast web of interdependence. Seeing how each day, in each moment, you benefit from others, from their labor, their energy, their efforts, and also simply as a field through which you develop your own good qualities. Every conversation, every interaction, you can think of as fulfilling your own wishes, bringing you closer to your enlightenment by being able to relate to others through love, compassion, generosity, patience, ethical restraint. So I think what you receive from others is incalculable. And on that basis, develop the wish to repay that kindness, to use this life to work for the benefit of others. Doing that successfully depends upon transforming the mind, becoming genuinely familiar with virtue, turning away from non-virtue. So I take that process of inner transformation as the purpose of our time. And today we finish the most recent exploration of the 8 verses of thought transformation inspired by Venerable Michael's teachings. So we begin with verse 7. In short, I will offer directly and indirectly every benefit and happiness to all beings, my mothers. I will practice in secret, taking upon myself all their harmful actions and suffering. In short, I will offer directly and indirectly every benefit and happiness to all beings, my mothers. I will practice in secret, taking upon myself all their harmful actions and suffering. So I think that the essence of the 8 verses is to offer every benefit and happiness to all beings, and to, instead of always wishing that oneself receives what one desires, instead to think, may the suffering of others ripen upon me. May I lift their suffering by experiencing it myself. And this reorientation is the essence of this kind of thought transformation. Exchanging self-cherishing for cherishing others. So investigate any resistance that arises in the mind. To this idea, you know, offering happiness and taking on suffering rather than looking for happiness and avoiding suffering. And notice that that resistance is the mind of self-cherishing, the mind of self-grasping, the egoistic self-preoccupation that we have been influenced by since beginningless time. The lens of I and me and mine, and the view that seeking one's own welfare is most important. Think back over the last week or two. Think of a time when you came across someone who's having a difficult time. Could be in a conversation that you had or something that you saw. There may have been some empathy that arose. Try to imagine adopting the view of wishing to relieve that suffering by experiencing it yourself, like a mother for her child. Think of wishing for this person to have all that they wish, all that they desire. To offer them every form of temporary and ultimate satisfaction, contentment, peace of mind, up to the bliss of liberation and enlightenment. and then give rise to a determination. In my interactions today, I will remember this way of relating. I'll try to apply it. And then verse 8, through perceiving all phenomena as illusory, it will keep these practices undefiled by the stains of the 8 worldly concerns, and free from clinging, I will release all beings from the bondage of the disturbing, unsubdued mind and karma. Through perceiving all phenomena as illusory, I will keep these practices undefiled by the stains of the 8 worldly concerns, and free from clinging, I will release all beings from the bondage of the disturbing, unsubdued mind and karma. I begin by recognizing that in each moment when we come across things outside of ourselves, we instantly label them. Some things appear to the mind to be made out of happiness. Some things appear to be made out of suffering or difficulty. And we go through life trying to accumulate the things that seem to be made out of happiness, and to push away the things that seem to be made out of suffering. That way of relating seems so solid, so real, as if we are powerless, as if this pushing and pulling is our only choice. But if we question that initial act of perception, if we question whether it's true that things can exist as if they are broadcasting to us, that they are made out of happiness, made out of suffering, or whether we are actively constructing them that way. So if we can hold them lightly, as if they were illusions, not believing so strongly in their appearance. Then the influence of the 8 worldly concerns would be drastically diminished. Our attachment to pleasure, to praise, to gain, to fame, our aversion to pain, to blame, to loss, to ill repute would become much more manageable simply by not believing so strongly in how things appear to us. When we engage in actions in order to pursue pleasure, praise, gain, fame, or out of fear of losing what we've already accumulated, then that contaminates our motivation. But when we can let go of our attachment to appearance, then these concerns dissipate on their own. So think of something that's emotionally charged in your life, something that seems made out of pleasure or made out of suffering. And see if you can argue against that view. And see if the mind therefore becomes more free. And then finally, the greatest motivation that a person can have is the wish for every ordinary sentient being to be free of all afflicted states, all painful, narrow conceptions that are brought about by ego grasping, and to be free of the karma that results from engaging in actions motivated by such states, the actions that bind sentient beings to suffering again and again. And not only that, but to take responsibility for bringing that about, to not wait for someone else to do it, to try to generate such a motivation in the mind. The incredibly brave attitude of the Bodhisattva. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in your mind. And think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking strongly when this positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment, so that I might work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Ven.Losang life be completely dispelled, and may I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.